Thank you, Dimitri. Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Like he said, my name is Miss NKECHI Obi. I'm the Corporate Affairs for Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange, and I'll be representing my Managing Director, Mr. Akin Akeredolu-Ale. And I'll just be introducing you to our exchange and the plans and the visions we have for Nigeria and how it is spread to West Africa and the rest of Africa. I'll just quickly share my screen really quickly.
Yes, in the middle of the screen.
Okay.
With the red bar.
Yeah. Oh, can everyone see, can you see my screen now?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, thank you. So at LCFE, that's the short form for Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange. One of our major statements here that we make is that we're trying to catalyze the Nigerian economy and invariably Africa as well. And we intend to do this through the commodities ecosystem. Usually when people hear about the term commodities, especially in Nigeria, a lot of them think about just the agricultural products and food. But here at LCFE, we're trying to change that mindset. Our focus is to move people away from just thinking about agriculture when it comes to commodities. We like to think about oil and gas as commodities. We like to think about solid minerals, all forms, as commodities and currency. Anything that is actually tradable, we consider it as commodities. And I'll just go into a little bit about Africa and agriculture. We know that the agricultural base of Africa is a large and investable sector in Africa and especially Nigeria because our farmable land is very expansive and quite large. And looking at this is telling us that agriculture employs about 60% of the population of Africa, and it contributes to about 25 to 40% of its GDP. But unfortunately, we're seeing that less than 5% of financial institutions are actually playing a part in terms of lending and providing liquidity for the system. And at the same time, Africa's population is growing and is expected to reach at least 2.5 billion by the year 2050. So here at LCFE, we've done a little bit of a survey and research into the commodities ecosystem. And we've come to understand that there are a series of challenges facing the ecosystem. Now, we're using Nigeria as a focus because that's our primary location, but we're also using it as a mirror or as a guide for West Africa and the whole of Africa as a whole. And we've identified that there are a lot of things plaguing the commodities ecosystem in Nigeria, even using the agricultural aspect as an example. And as you can see here, farmers are experiencing what we call heavy post-harvest loss. Our farmers produce and approximately 60% of what they've actually harvested does not actually get to the end user. At least half of that or less than half of that is goes bad before it gets to the table, which becomes a problem for a lot of our farmers because if they lose their commodities, it means they can't make money. And we're seeing issues of storage problems, effective movement, logistics, the need for a standardized market because right now the commodities ecosystem is still largely informal. There's a lot of undocumented transactions going on. There's an increase in demand for a standardized commodities market. And there's also the need for the expansion of capacity among the stakeholders. Now, us at LCFE, we've identified that summing up all these issues or challenges facing the commodities ecosystem, we've seen that is because a lot of these stakeholders are working on their own. So the farmer is working on his own, the logistics man is working on his own, the storage man is working on his own. So here we're trying to see at the exchange how to create an environment where all the stakeholders in the ecosystem can connect to the existing ecosystem so that the farmer has an easy contact to a storage facility. He has an easy contact with with a logistics man. He has easy contact to a cold storage facility where, imagine a situation where the bank and the farmer are able to connect, meaning that the farmer can expand because he has access to liquidity. So we're saying that we no longer want the stakeholders of the commodities ecosystem to work individually. We're trying to pull everyone together so they can function for the singular goal of growing the commodities ecosystem and in turn growing the Nigerian economy, because we've come to understand that the agricultural economy has the ability to push the GDP of Nigeria far beyond what it is now. And trying to understand a little bit of our business model, coming in as one of the 3 commodity exchanges in Nigeria, we've come to understand that there is really no need to compete with any of the stakeholders already existing in the market. We don't want to compete with anyone. All we're trying to do is integrate every single person into our ecosystem. So our business model relies basically on the integration of third-party relationships. And as I have said earlier, there are a lot of stakeholders involved. From the diagram, you can see that within the commodities ecosystem and the capital market, the stakeholders the list is endless. It's just a short list. So you can see the insurance companies, logistics companies, aggregators, certification agents, collateral managers, dealing member firms. Each person or each stakeholder is performing their own duties. But with the help of Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange in the middle there, we can connect everyone together, and as the wheel goes, the economy grows. So here at LCFE, we've identified that the best ways to tackle the commodities ecosystem is first identify and select the viable assets for growth, then build capacity to grow viable commodity assets. We're kind of the bridge between the commodities ecosystem and the capital markets because we're a structured commodities exchange licensed by the Securities and Exchange Commission in Nigeria, that's SEC. That's the apex regulatory body for the capital market. So we are trying to build a bridge between the producers of the commodities, that's the commodities ecosystem, and the owners of the money, the seat of power for liquidity. We're trying to bridge the gap between 2 of them, building capacity along both ends for the creation of viable commodity assets. So we've realized that at the capital markets, we have an aging investing population, and we figure that we are moving gradually into the younger generation, the millennial generation, and these individuals are hungry for new, more exciting investable opportunities. And we've seen that if we can create fungible instruments, tradable instruments based or backed by the commodities that are already being grown here in Nigeria, we can bring in a younger generation into the capital market. We're providing liquidity for the farmer or the producer or the aggregator to be able to expand his business. And we can also cut down on the post-harvest loss. And then again, everybody begins to earn more. There's expansion on all ends. And inevitably, the economy benefits from this. So like I said earlier, our services at LCFE go through the agricultural commodities, including grains and liquids, the currency, oil and gas, and solid minerals. We are providing a stable, a structured, and transparent electronic platform that matches the buyers and the sellers through the help of all the stakeholders in the commodities and the capital market. So we are looking at providing price discovery. So when the farmer in his own farm, through his small access to information, he's unable to sell at the right price. So he's probably selling at a loss. But with a structured platform that harnesses data, we've seen that we can provide price discovery for all the stakeholders in the ecosystem. And this helps with the growth and capacity building of each stakeholder. We were incorporated simply to establish a formal, transparent platform for commodities and futures trading in Nigeria. The Commodities Exchange is a vital component of Nigeria's economic infrastructure, and at the same time, our market is seeking to serve global participants as well. So we are looking to integrate the Nigerian commodities ecosystem, not just within itself, but to connect it to West Africa, Africa, and the global market by introducing the relevant stakeholders into our existing ecosystem. Now, one of our passions here at LCFE is the solid minerals sector. If you're familiar with Nigeria, you will know that we keep using the term Nigeria is blessed. Nigeria is blessed. Just take a look at how colorful and how full this Nigerian map is. We have over 40 different mineral types spread across 450 deposits of solid minerals across the country. This makes Nigeria a prime and investable opportunity for various stakeholders. So here at LCFE, we are working with the relevant stakeholders in the solid mineral sector, the government agencies, the extractors, the aggregators, the heavy equipment companies, to see how we can create financial instruments based on these commodities. We are working to develop futures contracts based on the future of extraction of solid minerals that haven't been extracted yet. And this gives investors the opportunity to tap into the thriving economy that is Nigeria. The solid minerals sector, it provides so much opportunities, and we're excited that our government is also looking into that, and we are happy to be playing a heavy role in this aspect. The oil and gas sector in Nigeria is one of the thriving sectors right now, and it's a little uncomfortable sometimes when we think that a lot of the crude oil gotten from Nigeria is being traded externally. So it is one of our visions to see Nigeria's crude and refined products traded by Nigerians in Nigeria. We are providing a platform where a platform makes it possible to trade contracts of these oil and gas commodities, both refined and crude, within Nigeria. So we're seeing that one day the foreign countries would be able to come to our platform, which is accessible everywhere, thanks to technology. It's accessible anywhere, and they can actually trade our commodities through our platform. And it will also give our indigenous producers the opportunity to expand and grow their businesses. LCFE goes beyond trading just the exact commodities. So we have the spots and the futures market, like I said a little bit earlier. So we go beyond the alignment of the stakeholders in the commodities ecosystem. We are looking to generate de-risk, fungible, investable instruments that are backed by commodity assets. So the stakeholders of the ecosystem can grow their businesses and raise capital through our commodity exchange as well. And these financial instruments come in form of exchange-traded notes, exchange-traded instruments, commercial papers, various listed forms of funds and contracts, and it can be used for commodity aggregation, for commodity processing, the purchase or procurement or lease of heavy equipment, infrastructure development, cold chain, commodity extraction and production. LCFE provides the opportunity for capital raising across our 4 asset classes. Okay, seems like I've just gone a few minutes over time, but I hope you were able to understand our vision and our passion for Nigeria and Africa, because we believe that Nigeria is one of the greatest investment opportunities available. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you, Dimitri. Thank you, Connecting Networks.